A lot of people like this man. A lot of people laugh at this man. A lot of people enjoy our podcast with this man. Here's my guest, Emmanuel.
I mean, I didn't really want to be here tonight, but because I gotta work tomorrow.
Uh
But
huh.
like whatever, fuck it.
Yeah. By the way, this is just a very sudden podcast because I'm like chilling in my car, right? And then this fucking guy's like, "Hey, man, I need to tell you something." So I got nervous, bro. Like honestly, because I'm like, "Oh shit, what the fuck happened?" And then this fool, was like, "Oh, me and my girl broke up already." And I'm like, "Oh fuck, man," because you know why my heart dropped, bro?
That's what
Because
funny.
you know what, you know why? Because bro, like in my circle, including me, a lot of people are breaking up, like fucking left and right, man. Like I don't want to go into details, but it's like in my family alone, I think two people are going through divorce
No shit.
right now, and yeah, and we had dinner and shit yesterday with the family. It's just awkward, man, and sometimes it fucking sucks. It fucking sucks because you know if they have the first one that happened, well, they don't have kids, but the second one though that I'm talking about, I'm not gonna mention any names. They have kids, right? And oh man, no matter what, that kid gonna have like some fuck up shit in their head, even though they think it's okay right now. And I'm telling you this right now. I'm doing a segue because me and Emmanuel, I think we are gonna talk about fucking mental health, man.
Yeah, speaking about that, like it's very important for a children, like a child, to always have like their both of their parents present all the time. I personally didn't have my mom and dad present all the time. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes, we would all hang out, but it would be one of those rare type of family reunions like Christmas. Yeah, I don't know. It's just weird. My mom and dad kind of, didn't get along that well, so we would always be separate.
Yeah. So yeah, there you go, man. I want to talk about this, right? Because what I've learned in like nursing school or like in the medical field or doing my research, they said like in some people that I know that they have like a broken family, basically no matter what no matter what, even if the mom and the dad have a healthy relationship together, you know but no matter what, the kids still have a like some fuck up shit gonna happen in their head, and it deals with, they get this problem like in the future when they become adults. And what I've learned too, like, and it sucks to say, and I'm not saying, and don't, guys, whoever's listening to this, don't quote me on this because I'm not like a professional. This is just me basing on my knowledge. But basically they say if someone has a broken family, there's a more likely chance that that kid will also have a broken family.
Yeah, and I'm not like either like like therapist or licensed or expert. I'm just talking from my experience, my point of view, like what I've been through, and like if anybody can relate, that'd be cool. Like if anybody can like wants to talk or whatever, that's cool. Like we're here to vent out, to listen.
Yeah, me and Emmanuel, we're gonna vent out and we're gonna talk about mental health because I think I I I I got tested last year, and I'm still getting tested, like my mental health shit, man.
Oh
Because
shit! I thought you were gonna say for like HIV or fucking like
no, 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 bro. You know
shit.
what I'm trying to say? When you met me, bro, it's like, yes, I'm okay. Yes, I'm trying my best. I think everyone right now is trying their best, just to survive and shit, but this pandemic since 2020 until 2021, a lot of people are getting fucked up in the head, man, like mental health shit, and me last year, I was going through a breakup, so I didn't know that it really fucks you up, man. And I don't wanna, you know, tell my like whole situation. I think when I'm ready, then I'm gonna say it. But remember, I told you what was happening in my house and like the breakup and shit. And it really took a toll of my mental health, man. Like you know that, right? Like it was fucking bad, man.
Yeah, you told me about that, and well, you've been going through a lot of things. Everybody has like near my circle too has been like experiencing, breakups, losses, and the funny thing is that you're mentioning right now is that I'm thinking, well, breakups have always been, like ever since the beginning of history. The only difference is that now it's more enhanced, like 10 times more, 20 times, whatever, because we have social media. Because
Yes, yes,
my
I agree with that.
my point of view, let's say for example, and not just you, other people, uh, you know, your girl breaks up with you, but then you want to know what she's doing, and then you go on social media, and then you start
Yeah, man.
stalking, and then you start like looking, stalking, and the more you see, the more fucked up you get. Even if you search on Google.
Yeah, and I went through that, man. And when like, cause for the people don't know, but I'll just because right now I have a code name for my ex. I name her Jade on a podcast. I don't want to mention name, but her name, quote unquote, like her name is Jade. I'm just gonna name her Jade. She knows why, maybe I don't know, but yeah, when I was doing the going the breakup, man, like the attachment that you have with that person, it's just fucking hard. So you try to like stalk them and you try to see what they're doing or who, but in the end of the day, man, like it's not really healthy for you, but you don't realize it until one of my homegirls are like was like, or like some of the homies were like, and whoever listens to this, and if you're going through stuff, this is like one of, I think not the best advice, but it's like one of like a really good advice. But basically, they said like control what you can control and let go of the things you can't control. And it hit me, bro, because it's like, okay, I'ma watch her stories or watch her shit, stalk her shit, but what can I do? You know, like it's over, and you just need to have that like acceptance and bargaining. You need to just heal, man. And I always like right now, like my family are going through a lot of shit, not a lot of divorce and fucking breakups and shit, and they were laughing at me, bro, because I was telling to them like, time is your best friend, and it will heal, and it will pass. Just surround yourself with positive people.
Exactly, and sometimes even better. It's even easier said than done because like you're the one that's going through a breakup, and obviously your family's always gonna be like, yeah, time will heal everything, and just time, whatever. But it's easier said than done. Um, and when you just mentioned, oh, you need those positive people around you, that's when the action starts taking in. I don't know, like, I hope I'm a good influence to you, Gerald.
Yeah, of course, man. It's like you will feel when the person is good for you or not, or they have intention. I think you can feel the vibe, but of course there's some people where like you cannot help people, you cannot help, it's fucking life, man. Sometimes you feel it's a good vibe and then suddenly they fucking backstab you, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But of course, and if you're going through a breakup or some shit, you have that trust issues. But I've learned it's like you need to not bring that baggage to other people, or as much as possible, because it's unfair, man. It's not like they didn't ask for that bad. That's why you need the time to heal and just time to reflect. I did a lot of reflection, man. Like a lot, like what did what what did I do, or like what should I have done like for the better, or but it's just part of life, man. But it's different if like you're going through like, I don't know, because I have some homies where like they go to therapy and shit, and I'm sorry to say this, but before, bro, like, and I think I mentioned this to you too. Before, I'm like, if I hear someone like, oh, they go to therapy, I think like they're fucking crazy, or they're like a crazy person. But now I'm like, man, like therapy is good. If you need that, go for it.
Yeah, actually, your first reaction when I mentioned therapy to you, you kind of like you kind of went back a little bit, and you're like, well, that I don't remember what you said, but you're like, that's kind of not for me.
Mm-hmm.
And like you're skeptic about it.
Yeah, cause I told you it was not for me because I think I can my the trauma or the things that happen to you, it's like it's in a different level. So basically, yes, therapy is good for everyone, but I think at that time when you asked me that, I can still handle it on my own without going to therapy. But of course, whoever's listening to this, no matter how small or how big, if you need to go to therapy, go to therapy. And you said you went to therapy before, right?
I did, and also I had that same idea of like, oh, I'm not crazy, but I got to a point where a lot of people also were recommending therapy. One of my friends actually recommended me to an online therapist, and I was just like in a moment where I was just like vulnerable to do anything. I'll try anything, whatever. And
Mm-hmm.
this online therapy was affordable. So like therapy is so expensive, especially in Cali.
Yeah.
So it's like $15 per session. That's totally affordable.
Oh, for
And,
reals? What website is this, man?
oh, this is a therapist in Mexico. So it was like all online. Just
Can you like access it though? Can you like do they speak English, or I'm not being racist, right? But do they speak English
no,
or something?
no. It's in Mexico, so she only speaks Spanish.
Oh,
Uh,
okay.
yeah, I would recommend her. Actually, yeah, her name is Regina.
For the Spanish people out there who's listening to this, or maybe someone, yeah, if Emmanuel recommends this, then you should definitely try it. If you cannot afford it, then I think you should plug it, bro. It will
Yeah,
help people. It will help people, and if it's online and they can inquire about it, and then fuck it, go for it.
yeah. Her name is Regina Zapata, and I'll send you a link to her Instagram. She is in Mexico, and she's obviously for Spanish speakers.
Mm-hmm.
But like she really helped me. She really opened my eyes to different things. One thing that my sister mentioned, and she also took therapy, is that therapy is like getting all the puzzles together, and making you realize, okay, you deserve to feel like this. You have to feel this in order to be this way. It's like everything comes together once you start taking therapy.
Oh wow. Okay. Um, because I never tried it.
No, it's really good. Like you definitely
Um,
rise to new things. Like you start thinking a different way, and I mean, it helped me. It could definitely help you. It could definitely help anybody out there
yeah.
listening.
No, no, no. I never tried like that kind of therapy where like you're talking to a therapist. What I did to me, and this will help too, like for the people that's like doesn't have any budget, and I can afford it, but I'm just saying like what I did was and it's really hard to do, but like find a homie or like someone that's really close to you, and just, it's gonna drain them, but if they really love you though, you can vent out to them. Like I vent out with Emmanuel, man. Right?
Yeah.
I went out to you. I went out some of the homies, and also what helped me is listening to like positive podcasts, look on how to work on yourself, what to do, and I read a lot of books of like what to change, and what really helped me too is like when I'm watching YouTube, right? You find all this like coaches, like life coach or positive coach, and they have, but of course you need to choose which one, but they have this like online course or some shit, like it's like they're like they're like certified therapists, but they have a course. So you print out this paper, right? And you just go through whatever the assignments, and it really helped me, man. I'm not even done with it yet. It takes like what, 340 hours or something. There's a lot.
Yeah, yeah. One and another thing about uh do like kind of like a DIY therapy. Um, it's a little bit complicated because sometimes you don't even know where to start, right? Fortunately, right now we have like a lot of resources, including this podcast. So
Yeah.
for a person that's never been to therapy and doesn't exactly know what to look for, well, just kind of start being a junkie and ask questions, and start asking, doubting yourself. That's actually helpful, because out there you could find advice, but is it the right advice?
Yeah, and also like that's why I was saying, like, if you're gonna listen to a podcast or you're gonna listen to a coach, or like, make sure whatever you're consuming is also right, because there's some people there are, even if their purpose is good, it's not the right information sometimes.
Right. Whatever you consume will consume you, obviously, right?
Yeah. So, by the way, what's this? What I want to ask. I think I never asked this to someone, and hopefully, just try your best to answer it, and don't get don't get nervous, man.
Oh shit. Okay.
But what's the Of course, therapists went to school. They know how to like deconstruct and construct like a puzzle, and this is what you need to do, or this is what you need to do. But what's the difference of like you doing that to a homie, and the homie gives you real advice? Like, let's say, you tell me your problems, and I tell you, okay, I think you should do this, you should do that. Like, what's the difference, man? Because sometimes, people that really don't believe in therapy, or they think like, oh, people that go to therapy are crazy people. I have my homies, I just gonna talk to them or some shit, Like, what do you think is the difference?
Oh well, I mean, that's a good question, but like from this is my point of view. So, a therapist, a psychologist, went to school for this shit, right? So,
Mm-hmm.
this person studied for years and years and developed experience, developed a lot of knowledge, and is ready to go out there and charge for his or her fees in order for you to have a good mental health, right? It's the same thing if you go to a homie, like you said. But does this homie have the experience? Does this homie know what to do? Does this homie actually knows what he's talking about? Because like I said, there's out there people that are gonna give you the wrong advice. They're gonna say, for example, "Oh, just drink it up," and a lot of people do that.
Or like, or like when you're going to a breakup, right? They're gonna be like, don't worry, man, just fuck some bitches, like,
Yeah.
or like, there's more fucking girls out there, you know what I'm saying?
Or like you just said, time will heal. Yeah, that's totally agreeable. But honestly, and I'm not like dissing that person, but how's it, how exactly is that gonna help me? How is that little statement gonna help me? You know?
See, so they know how to explain it.
Yeah, they just say, "Oh, don't worry, time will heal," and they just walk away. So, yeah, like, what exactly are you learning? You know?
Yeah, so like me, I don't wanna fuck. How am I gonna say this? Because me going through my breakup, right? I feel like sometimes this is just my opinion, and my ex doesn't cannot defend herself or anything, and so that's why I'm not saying. Basic, how do I say this? I'm not speaking for her, but this is what I think sometimes, and this is what I see that now some of my family or like some of the homies are going through a breakup to divorce and shit, right? It also plays a part when let's say because I was also on a mission, and I'm still learning, and I'm still going to these therapy books and all this shit, right, with this coach and whatever, right? But basically sometimes it play, and like, correct me if I'm wrong, but like influence really take like plays a part sometimes, if that person is for you, or it can be fixed, because I feel like, like, let's say there's like a couple, right? And they love each other, and then they broke up, and then the friends of the guy the friends of the guy are like saying, oh, you should, fuck bitches, let's go out, get a club, what I'm saying? And I feel like that's like, yeah, it will help you, but in the long run, I think there's like negative consequences, rather than I think you telling that person, like, oh man, you should, maybe go to therapy, meditate, focus on yourself, rather than encouraging them to like go fuck bitches and some shit. So it's the same thing as the on the side of the lady, right? Like, if you tell the lady, oh, just go get a rebound, you'll get over him, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that's not a good advice, but I think majority, that's what they tell you. I'm not
Yeah.
really sure.
Well, yeah, because it's kind of like how, we're kind of like, I don't, I want to say like, the social, and I'm blaming a lot of social media, but yeah, social media is like, oh, just let's go party, just go fuck a lot of bitches, whatever, and the more bitches you fuck, the more player you're gonna look like. But honestly, and this is to everybody, if somebody comes up to you and says, "Oh, I'm sad because I just broke up with my girlfriend. I just a family member passed away, or something tragic happened, and I feel this way." If you don't know how to help them, the best advice I would say is, yeah, take therapy, because you're sending them to a professional that already knows the shit.
Yeah, yeah, because that's what I've seen so far. Like, girls go get it in a rebound, and I've seen some girls where like they fuck someone else, or like they just, like, in a week they have someone else already. Like, bro, like, fuck, is that? Are you for real? You know what I'm saying? Like, so sometimes I feel like it's also depending on who they're surrounded with.
Yeah, yeah,
So it plays a part. So rather than you telling the person like, hey, if you really love this person, I think you guys should talk about it, and have an heart to heart conversation, or like, go to therapy, or maybe have this time to just focus on yourself, rather than you fucking like, oh yeah, go get a rebound, or no, fuck bitches, blah 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 blah. And remember, we had the topic where like you fuck the bitch, right? And you fucking feel empty. And then it's like, yes, you fuck the bitch, but it's like you feel empty, bro. Like, what the fuck? Like, what's the point? You know what I'm saying?
yeah. And it also can become addicting because, not just sex, but like other forms of relief, like for alcohol, for example. It's like, oh, I'm gonna drink my ass off tonight because I feel like shit and I'm gonna feel better. but then you don't feel better, and then you go again because you feel better at the moment, but then
Yeah,
go away really quick. So it's a circle that keeps on going and going and going.
it's like a it's like a painkiller. That's what I've learned. That's what you know.
Yeah, that's true. Like a painkiller, you just wanna keep on numbing that pain temporarily and just keep on going. Yeah, like, it's a vicious circle.
Yeah, so good thing like me finding that out, and I really did the right way, man. I didn't, and I'm not saying like this is the right way to do, but I feel like in my personal opinion, I did the right way, man. Like I went out with friends, focus at work. Like I didn't went and fucking drink, like fucking get drunk and fucking do drugs or like fuck random bitches. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like I really did the best way as much as possible, and I encourage people. I think that's the best way, and just reflect and find yourself, and also I'm not saying not all people believe in religion and shit, but meditation and prayer really helped me too. So yeah, man. It's fucking tough, man.
I
Like
mean,
this shit.
yeah, definitely meditation is a good way. Also, another thing I've learned is to definitely talk it out because us as men, and you know this, like we're not used to
Yes.
talk about feelings, and
Yes.
and we're like, yeah, I feel sad, but and this is what majority guys out there do this, and y'all know who you are. They just go to work and or they just like you say, try to focus on something else, but in the end, it's just bottling it up, and that's what us majority of men do. That's what I am trying not to do personally, because I sometimes still do it. But definitely talking it out, guys, it doesn't make you less men. Um, it actually helps you out to be a better man.
Yeah. Majority of guys keep their feelings, and they don't because I think it's just part, not nature, but the way society push it. I think too, and like it's just like a, how do I say it? Not a traditional, but it's just like ingrained or with something, right? Like you don't, you're a man, you need to suck it up. Oh, you're a man, you ain't no bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And it's like a tradition, because it passes on through, like, our parents taught us that, and our grandparents taught our parents. It's kind of like a tradition. It shouldn't be.
yeah, it passed generation to generation. And you know what's funny too? I've because I've been reading like books and I've been listening to podcasts, right? There's this like there's this I think how do I say this? A video or a TikTok? I don't know, but they were saying it's like if that man, like if you ask a man like how is it, they just say it's good. Honestly, that man is not really good because majority of the men are like just keeping it inside and just try to be tough as much as possible. And also, there's also a debate where like um when a guy becomes vulnerable to a woman, let's say you're in a relationship, right, and you cry or you become vulnerable, and I'm not speaking on all girls, okay, but on this specific video, it's specific that I've seen, where like the guy becomes vulnerable and they're like they can control, like they become pussies, like they cry, they cry and shit, and they just want to be like vulnerable to the woman, to the women, right? Some I'm not speaking to all women, but like this woman, there's some women like that because you're vulnerable, right? But I've learned there's some women that don't like that because it's like a sign of weakness, of a sign of like, oh, oh my god, this is a small problem, he's being a bitch, and it's like he's not alpha enough, he's like a beta, like he can have, and then it's like a turn off of the girl, it's a turn off, man. So
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
wow.
yeah. But like also it also comes on both parts because like how open minded is she, or and how sensitive is he? Because like um honestly, the way you're saying is like I'm thinking, what if this guy cries over I don't know, he dropped his fucking ice cream or something and he starts crying in public, like that's too much, but
Yeah.
at the same time, like obviously, we also have feelings, we men have feelings, and we also need to express them, right? So depends on how open-minded the girl is too, like, oh, I love you so much that I'm gonna be willing to listen to you and help you with what I know.
Yeah. So it really depends, man, but yeah, that's a problem with guys, like they bottle their feelings, and the worst part is like the girl doesn't even know about it, and then suddenly when they explode, then the girl is like surprised. So you know what I'm saying, like, oh shit, or like they bottle it so much and they fucking commit suicide and shit.
Yeah, and that's one of the consequences. Like another consequence could be that they get married, and in the long run, they get tired of each other. They start cheating on each other. They start
Yes.
respecting each other. So it's super like key to communicate what you're feeling, and that's like the strong bond. I feel. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree with that, because that's like one thing that I've learned with my breakup is like I'm like, yes, I share all my feelings. I'm open, but there's one mistake that I feel like it played a part too on my breakup, that I've realized that is like, how do I say this? It's like I'm grinding so hard, right? Or like and a lot of things are happening left and right, and I'm so focused on the bigger picture for with for me and her, and she needs answers, because sometimes you at the relationship, I became complacent. So basically, how do you explain complacent? Basically, I got comfortable, right? But I'm still pushing as much as possible. But the problem is, I wasn't communicating that small details, that small things of why this is happening, or what's my plan, and all that, because we're just so used to just fucking bottling up. And I don't want to make it a reason, but it's just, I don't know, bro. This guys is just like that. They just bottle it up, and then they get fucked over, and then it's too late. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah. And for some guys like me, for example, I feel like I'm not anymore, but I used to be an angry person. And
Yeah, you told me that. You told me that. How did therapy help you with that? Can you explain how did it? Why were you like that before?
well, first of all, therapy helped me open my eyes and my ears. Because when you're an angry person, you just like in a shell, waiting to explode, right? And it's a time bomb. So therapy said, okay, open your ears, listen. And another key was Alondra, like my girlfriend. She would tell me, "Damn, you are an angry person." So when I started to take therapy,
Did you feel like you have did you feel like you have anger issues?
uh, back then, no, I wouldn't even notice. Like that's how blind I would say I was, because I would say like a small issue, I would kind of raise my voice, and I wouldn't even notice, or I would get
Wow.
easily stressed and or mad about just things, just any regular old things. So,
Oh, okay. So what did your therapist say about that? Like, how did you change it? Like, what did they tell you?
well, she told me, well, you just have to like, just kind of listen, obviously, and always for anger issues, just take five, go outside and breathe, and it really helps a lot. Just take 5 minutes to even meditate, and by meditating I mean just go out and breathe deep, and just close your eyes, breathe deep, and then go back to that person, right? And that
What if, what if you're like in the heat of the moment, bro? How the hell are you gonna do that?
it's just a matter of practice, because okay, obviously, um I wasn't that good at it, right? So I would just react, right? Somebody would turn that little spark on, and then reaction, right? But it's just a matter of practice, because I still get angry. But the only difference is that I'm practicing to control that shit, right?
Yeah, you're at least you're trying.
Well, I'm trying not to try. I don't know if that makes sense,
Yeah, yes, I understand that.
because in the long run, the more I practice my anger, my breathing, and all that stuff, the better I'm gonna be at it. That one day when somebody, in the future, one day if somebody pisses me off, like for whatever reason, I'm not even gonna try anymore, and my normal reaction would be calm. Like that's how much you have to practice to.
And yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say you have to practice. You have to keep trying and trying until you get to the point where you don't even have to try.
Oh, wow. Okay. So it's like it becomes second nature.
Like a habit. Yeah, it's a
Like
habit.
a habit. Okay. By the way, about habits, they said it takes 21 days of consistency to build a habit.
Yeah, repetition. Just keep going, keep doing
Y-
it.
Yeah, but they say 21 days though. You
Really?
will, yeah.
Oh shit.
So that's a good advice that I've learned too. If you have a calendar, let's say you wanna like wake up 5 a.m. in the morning all the time, right? Just try to do like no messing around. Like you do wake up at 5 a.m. no matter what for 21 days.
Yeah, and it just programs in your brain, right?
Yeah, it becomes a habit, and when it becomes a habit, then that's what. But it's really hard though because one day you just fucking don't do it, it fucking fell apart. It's gonna fall apart, man.
Hmm. Nice.
Yeah, but yeah, you should try it. So 21 days to build a habit. It's really hard, but yeah.
What? Well, I'm gonna try tomorrow because I need to wake up for work. Thanks, Gerald.
Yeah, so 21 days. And by the way, Gerald's my government name, guys.
Yeah, of course, Monday. Yeah.
Yeah, no, but it's okay, man. It's cool, it's cool.
Yeah.
But that now that you're telling me, like when you told me that too in person, that you were like an angry person, I never ever even sensed that from you.
No, the only person that has is my girlfriend.
Yeah, of course.
She's the one that gets me like super angry.
Yeah, that's different because when you have a girlfriend, it's like all your attitude and all your flaws and bullshit and the comfort. It comes out.
It does, yeah. Like when you're in a relationship for so long, you just know pretty much everything. Like you even know what her fart smells like. That
Yeah, like everything, bro. Like fucking everything.
everything.
And by the way, whoever's listening to this podcast, if you are in a long-term relationship, and I also told Emmanuel this, and this is me basing it on my experience. Okay, I'm not a professional or anything like that, but I am a pro of living with each other. I mean, like you need to try to live together in one apartment or in one house. You need to try like maybe a year or 2 years because that's where like the I feel like the real test, or that's how you will feel. You learn more about this person. Like it's gonna test you, man. But I think it's for the best.
True, and that's when you're gonna be like, oh, like, so this is who this person really is. Because funny thing is, when we start dating, we want to show the best out of ourselves, right? Like, girls,
Yes, the best version.
girls, they put out makeup and their high heels, and guys, all nice and dressed with hair comb. But like, uh, after the years pass by and they get married and all that shit, they never saw the sluggish girl at 5 o'clock in the morning face with like back,
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
no makeup, and like messy hair, and guys like belly out and just scratching their asses and just pissing on the top of the toilet.
Yeah, I don't do that, bro. You do that.
Uh, Yesterday I did that. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, but
That's funny. And by the way, shout out to Alondra. If you're listening to this podcast, man, shout out to Alondra. Your fucking boyfriend Emmanuel is fucking dick today because he was like, hey man, something happened to me. Like my heart dropped, like my fucking heart dropped. And you know what he said? This motherfucker said, that, "Oh me and Alondra broke up already, man." And then suddenly I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna call you." And then what did you say when I said I'm gonna call you? You're like you can stop laughing or some shit.
oh shit, I said that no, don't call me. And you're like, why? What's wrong? Because I'm afraid I'm gonna fucking laugh my ass off because it's April Fools.
My God, man, fucking bitch. Cause I'm like, no, another. Cause I'm like, no, another one, another breakup. Shit, man. Like, man, I can because I'm like, cause I'm rooting for you guys, right? Because you guys are what, like 8 years already or some shit.
Yeah, 8 years already. Yeah.
And then now you guys are being tested again by because of life and shit. You're like long distance, and hopefully soon you can reconnect again.
For now, for now. So that's why we're kind of having this topic right now. Like, it's the importance of mental health, and like always obviously relationships too, and
And communication.
communication. I feel like it all starts from mental health, right? Like, because you got to start with yourself in order to to be with somebody else, right? Like, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah. What I've learned is like mental. Did you fart, bro? What the fuck? But
No, that was audio. What? No, I didn't, I swear.
yeah, I'm joking, bro. Joking. I don't know. I've been hearing fart sounds, man. So I'm like, oh man, Emmanuel peed at the last podcast, and now he's farting his ass off.
That's natural, Gerald. Like, I don't know.
but but anyways, that's funny. But what I've learned when my mental health was tested, right? Like no matter how you try to become positive, no matter how you try to like focus on what the things you need to do and like or like distract yourself and and shit, that mental shit, bro, if it's down there and you don't take the time to heal and take a step back and reflect and just spend alone, do the things you love, like focus surround yourself with your if you don't take care of your mental health, bro, everything doesn't mean shit. That's what I feel like, because it's like my creativity, like what I had a breakup, right? My motivation to change and my motivation to get to be a better artist as a tattoo artist or better at something is like the motivation is the one that's pushing there, but the mental health is not there. So like sometimes it's like, yes, you did a good job with the motivation, but the mental health still fucks you up at the end of the day, and
Uh,
that's really hard.
yeah, you could be an ace at whatever you do, But at the end of the day, when you go to bed, are you actually happy of what you did today, right?
Can you repeat that, bro? You were choppy. What did you say?
Oh, I said that. Like, I mean, you could be an ace or whatever you do, tattooing, whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, yeah, like you said, if you're not mentally stable, you're gonna get to bed and you're just gonna be like not satisfied with the day. Uh, when in
Yeah, and like also when I call it demons, man.
uh
When that shit, like you thinking about that shit, bro, it fucks you up and it drains you so hard, and like it affects you at work. It affects you your creativity. Like yes, you're functioning normal, but you're not 100% there.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, like right now, like me right now that we're talking about this. Just recently, bro, like I feel like I'm in a better place. In a better spot because of my situation, But basically, how do I say this, man, without fucking it up or like disrespecting someone, because you never know who's listening to this podcast, man. But basically, I dated a girl, right? And the how do I say this? Basically, I was cool with the parents and shit, right? And something happened on the breakup and shit, and basically, I was still hanging out with the parents, and I needed to stop hanging out with the parents. I need to break that shit because my mental health is just like when looking at the parents is like a constant reminder. It sucks like that. I'm not saying they're the one who caused the mental health, but it's just hard when everything is fucking falling apart.
yeah. It's like what you're saying right now is like sometimes we like to give ourselves pain, right? I
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense. For example, if in my personal experience, if you want to forget this certain girl or whatever, and I go out to drink, and that's just giving you, instead of curing you, it's making you more ill, right?
Yeah, wow, you have a point there, man. Yeah, but basically like a painkiller. You're just numbing temporarily the pain.
Even painkillers, that shit's gonna damage your liver or something. I don't know.
Yeah, but you're right. Like so what I've learned too is like maybe you can try it. Maybe it will help you. Basically, the art of letting go. Sometimes letting go, not just in relationship, but like letting go of the bad habits or letting go of the attitude that that you don't like, or like letting go of fear, or you know what I'm saying. Letting go is a very powerful thing, man. It's hard to do, but when you have that, you get a peace, like somewhat peace in your mind.
You do, like I said earlier, like nobody really taught us how to let go, but that's where this whole research starts, books, mentor,
Yeah.
it just start by looking, listening to podcasts and all that stuff.
Yeah, sometimes you need to step back,
Hmm.
and and try to let go, try to heal, and I just remembered, man, this podcast, right? I was listening to this podcast. I don't know if you know the rapper Big Sean, but he was getting interviewed by this podcast, and he said like, oh, whoever's listening to this podcast, this will be a freaking dope. Now that I just remembered it, But basically, he said like the explanation. I mean, I hope I do this right, and this will be good for you too, man. But basically, um, the yin and the yang, right? The yin and the yang. Do you know yin and yang? The symbol. Do you know that yin and yang? Hello. Okay, he's out. Hey, what's up, bro?
Okay, got it.
Okay, but okay, guys, Emmanuel got cut off because his fucking girlfriend's calling, calling him, bro, and the fucking shit just got cut off.
You see,
So,
something like that would get me pissed. Like, cause I'm in the middle of a call, and all of a sudden, Alondra would call me like FaceTime or whatever, and like I'm in the middle of a call with, like, for example, my dad or a company, whatever.
and you didn't answer, and then she gets pissed off.
No, she doesn't get pissed, but like she would just constantly like I would reject, but she would call again and again and again, and that would piss me off back then. But right now it's kind of like, oh, okay, like let me text her real quick and like explain what's up, and I'll call her back, But like some shit like that would get me pissed off back then. Like you
Wow, I'm
have to.
proud of you, man. I'm proud of you. That's good. That's good.
No, like I said, I'm still trying to, well, yeah, I'm still trying to control that shit because it's just a matter of practice.
But at least you're trying, rather than you not doing anything.
Or doing something stupid.
You're right. But yeah, before you got cut off, bro. I was saying, I don't know if you were listening to this or you got cut off already, but I was saying like, I was listening to this podcast a while ago driving home, and I don't know if you know the rapper Big Sean.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You left there, uh huh.
Yeah, I left it there, right? So basically, Big Sean was saying about yin and yang. Do you know yin and yang?
Yeah, you
So yin and yang is like the symbol of like the balance, right?
right.
So basically, he says like those yin and yang, there's like two small dots there, right? It's a black and a white,
Yeah,
and it's like yeah. But basically, he was saying like he learned that sometimes when you're in a bad place, in a bad state, is this is where you meditate, you do self-love, you do self-care, because he was saying like self-care is so underrated. Like you need to love yourself, you need to focus on yourself, and when someone say to love yourself or some shit, or like do self-care, they just think of the normal shit. But basically what he was saying, like, you meditate, you go to the gym, or like you try your best to be the best version of yourself. And he was saying like through all the chaos and all this bullshit and all this shit that's happening in the world and in your life, and all this negativity and all this shit, like breakup and all that, right? He said that the best way is just to be silent and step back for a while and just focus on yourself and love yourself, right? Through all this chaos. And when that's done and you feel like there's no more chaos, then that's the time you go back to your shit and create the chaos again. But he's not talking about the negative chaos, but basically when a lot of shit is happening in your world, right? In your shit, this is where you stay back and stay silent and just focus. And then when that dies down, basically you create that chaos again. But what he was trying to say, you create your chaos, is like this is where, like, because now you found yourself, now that you're healed, this is like, oh, I'm back to business, I'm back on my purpose, I'm gonna create this positive chaos that I've learned with this silence. That's what he was trying to say. I'm like, wow, that's pretty powerful, man.
Yeah, that's pretty deep. Because yeah, you're right. It just goes on and on like a circle, and you step back from this chaos to come back and create more chaos.
Yeah, but it's now a positive for to the like a positive chaos because of all this negative chaos. Basically, you become the light. That's what he was saying, and I'm like, man, that's freaking powerful, man. And that's what I've been doing. I've been doing this past few months, man. Like, I don't know, like I stopped tattooing and I just spend time with family, focus on work. I still draw here and there, but like I'm getting to my default mode, like, like being back to like the normal shit again, because like I know when I'm back to the chaos, right? What he was trying to say, this positive chaos, the version 2.0 of myself. I'm like, man, this will create fucking, good shit. And you told me that too, man. Like you were saying, oh man, maybe one of these days, like you're gonna be famous and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I'm ready for. Once I'm about to create that chaos, I'm ready.
Hmm. That's interesting. And well, yeah, that's very true what you're saying. But I also got to point out that for a lot of people, especially in today, there is kind of like it's a little bit more hard for people to step back a little bit because they gotta get up from 5 o'clock in the morning to go to work and come back home at 6 p.m. and just do more work. And for people like that have a tight schedule,
It's
it,
hard for them,
it's
right?
super hard. Yeah, and if they have a family, it's
Yeah,
twice as hard.
yeah. So basically, he was saying like, if that's your situation, right? Like he was saying, everybody, a lot of people are saying like, oh, I'm busy or I'm busy there, but actually, bro, you're not really busy, man. So basically, like, what he was saying, like, what, like, w- it's not gonna hurt you if you just for 10 minutes you do deep breathing, or like for 10 minutes you pray or whatever, right? Or like you for 10 minutes you say positive affirmations, like right now, bro, I'm in my room, right, where we're talking, and I've been going to school, and I have like affirmations in my wall. I think you should do it too, man. But basically, I'm gonna read it to you right now. Basically, it says here, like, because I've been studying, right, and it says here, I am confident, I am able to retain information easily. I am excited to show what I know. I am prepared. I am able to recall information easily. I will be the best version of myself. It's in my wall, bro.
That's good. That's great. That's one way to do it. That's like you said, those little 10 minutes count. I actually remember back then at the workplace where I was at. There's this guy. He would be in sales and marketing. He would go out during his break time or lunchtime to do tai chi.
Yes, bro. I see him. You see, it helps, bro.
Yeah, and he's always. I never met him like talk to him, but he was always smiling. He was always like in a cheerful mode kind of thing.
Yeah, he's a doctor, but yeah, he does tai chi, and some people laugh at him, bro, or like he looks silly, right?
He kind of does, yeah, because like he's in his working like suit, whatever you want to call it, like normal
Yeah,
casual.
he's like wearing polo shirt and
Yeah,
shit, fucking slacks and shit, and he's doing that shit, tai
yeah.
chi.
It looks kind of funny, but it looks like he got to a point where he's like, I really don't care. I am doing my own thing to make myself happy.
Yeah, and no, and that's a form of meditation. You see, it's so very underrated, man. Like meditation, and like, and also, bro, like what I've been practicing too is like gratitude. I think I think this should be our last, because I think it's been like gonna be an hour already, like, right?
Yeah,
But I think this is the best way to end it, right? So basically, it's called gratitude. Like I've been practicing gratitude a lot. So like, let's say after this podcast, right? I'm gonna text you, bro, and I'm gonna say like, hey man, thanks for the podcast. Like, I appreciate you.
yeah, definitely. Gratitude for all the things that happen in our life, even if we can. we can say that they are mistakes. They are, bad things. We can be allowed to say that. But like also, like Bob Ross would say, like we don't make mistakes. We just make no wait, how would he say it? We don't make mistakes. We just make happy. We make happy mistakes or something like that.
some shit like that.
Yeah,
But
and yeah, like I'm grateful for all the negative things that had happened because it has brought positive outcome because I chose that positive.
yeah, and I'm not like pushing religion in some shit, right? But like, cause I don't want to push beliefs and shit. But right now, bro, like when I wake up in the morning, like I'm not like a religious person. Okay, I just want to make it clear, and I'm not pushing religion or whatever, right? But like, cause I'm practicing gratitude, and one of like when I wake up, bro, like I'm like, oh, thank God, man, like I'm still alive, or like if you don't believe in religion and shit, right, or in God, you can just say like, okay, it's another day, I'm breathing, you know, it means I still have a purpose in this world because I woke up from my sleep, you
Yeah,
know.
because
like
some
i'm
people
like I'm
don't.
thankful,
Yeah,
yeah, like I'm thankful I'm alive. You think it's easy, it's hard to do, bro. And also that I just learned too, man, and you can do this too, when you ask someone, like, this is very underrated, bro, like gratitude basically. When you have a problem, or you're having a bad day, you tell the person or a friend or a coworker or whoever, you tell them, right, I had a flat tire today, I'm stressed out, and my kid did this or this whatever, I'm not like, it's okay to vent out, there's no problem with that. But like, if you learn about gratitude, like, or like positive gratitude, basically this should how you said it, I had a flat tire, blah blah blah, but at least I didn't had an accident, I'm still here and alive, or like, some people, if they're having a good day, they don't even say, we only say when we're having a bad day. We don't say when we're having a good day. It's pretty rare. Some people say it, but nobody. You don't hear people like, "Oh, you know what? I'm having a good day today. You know why? Because I had bacon in my breakfast today, and I have never tasted bacon, for a very, very long time." Nobody's gonna say that shit. Most of the time, man, it's like, "Oh man, my husband is this, or this what happened to me." So basically, it's hard to do, man. But basically, it's gratitude, man. Gratitude.
yeah, man. And if also people out there, if you guys can find somebody that's actually like that, just like grab a hold of them. That always be friend with them. I want to give a shout out to my friend over there in Cali. Is Paulo Mendoza. That guy is like silly happy all the time. Like that guy is like one of the most positive minds I've ever met. He's always like, hey Pollo, that's my nickname. Hey Pollo, how you doing? I'm like, hey Paulo, what's up? Like, what's going on? Why are you so happy? Well, I'm just happy. I
See,
am.
it's that energy and that vibration, bro. Like, it just fucking rubs to you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's a battery charger. One of those people that
Oh,
charges you up so good. It's like, oh damn, nah, I feel good. I feel good just being next to you.
yeah, and also you told me, you're the first. Not you're not the first one. But like, I appreciate you, man. When you see, wow, fucking gratitude, right? But yeah, I appreciate you, man, because I also remember you told me like, uh, correct me if I'm wrong, but you were saying like, oh, Gerald, like, because you're like, what did you say? Like, you recharge people. You're like a positive person or some shit like that. I forgot. What did you say again?
You're uh, a battery charger. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, I think you were saying that, right? Like
Yeah,
when you're with me or when I'm with someone or some shit, like it just gives you like that positive boost.
yeah, you can you can actually just sense that, like when you're with a person that just like is always complaining, and like you tend to feel like it's not your problems, but it feels heavy, you know.
Yeah. So basically, what Emmanuel is saying is like just when you find a positive person, or open-minded person, or you know that it will be good for your circle, and you will not. I don't want to say benefit because it sounds like you're using that person, but it's like hold on to them and like surround yourself with positive people.
Yeah, yeah, it feels good. Y'all are gonna feel better, and it's just great. I don't know, just we need more people like that.
Yeah, so yeah, man, that's the lesson for the day. Just be thankful, positive things, gratitude, and what else? You want to add up something? Like, what do you think else we can tell these people?
Well,
Oh, and therapy. Therapy is important, man. That's one. Mental health and communication. Like, focus on your mental health. What else you want to say, man?
just I don't know, like a recommendation per se, like um, just get out of out of your comfort zone. If you don't like to read, go for audiobooks, go for YouTube. Just search, positive mentors, and uh, I don't know, like all of those things that feed your mind. Uh,
Yeah.
Little by little, you don't have to go crazy and go take a course and stuff like that. But just little by little, just
Yeah, and also, I was talking to Emmanuel like I think 2 days ago or some shit like that. I was telling him like, and I don't want to be like in the sad mode, right? Because we're like in gratitude and like this positivity and shit, right? But life is short, man. Like, fucking life is short, right? And it just sucks that things happen. You have a breakup, you have a divorce, someone died, shit, and it's just life goes on, and cry if you need to cry, pour out your emotions if you need to pour out your emotions, but you know get the fuck up and just fight another day, right? Because I remember, because you want to shout it out, like, that lady that passed away.
the what lady? The you mean the therapist?
No, the band.
What band are you talking? Oh, you mean the girl that just passed away?
Yeah, that's why I remembered. That's why I'm saying life is short, and like
Oh yeah, well definitely. Like, okay, personally, I didn't know her, like talk to her or anything. I didn't even know what her name was, but
it's a tofu band.
Tofu Band, that's their name. She recently passed away, and like super young, and I'm just like, god damn, like that's shocking because you wouldn't expect that. You would see, like, you would think, oh, this old person died. Oh, that's normal, natural, whatever. But like when you see a young person pass away, or you hear about that, it just gets you thinking more. It's like, oh
Yeah,
shit, what the fuck? Or even a person that doesn't even have an illness, or anything, just out of the nothing, they don't wake up next morning.
you see, that's why our fucking bodies, or our life is just we're releasing this body. That's what I've learned, and life is short, man, and just try to be the best version of yourself. It's and try to be, like, do the things that you need to do while you're still on this earth. You know what I'm saying? Like gratitude, man. Like, be thankful. You're still here. You still have a mission. You still have something to do. And yeah, just be thankful and just positivity, right?
Yep, I'm grateful for that. I'll tell you now.
Yeah, man. So yeah, whoever's listening to this, I hope you guys, pick up something. Like, therapy is good. Do it. And just be positive, man. It's hard to do. We're Me and Emmanuel, we don't want to be hypocrites and shit. We make mistakes and shit, but we are trying our best also to be, the best we can, right? Because also Emmanuel is like grinding and like in a new fucking state.
Yeah, trying to get there, but like I'm already. I can say I'm already like a little bit knowledgeable of like what's going on here and my new job. Like I'm getting a hang of it, and it's like it's great. I'm thankful for that. Like I'm grateful for that.
That's good, man. That's good. So yeah, and change, and we're gonna end this. And change is good. It happens for a reason, and it's just you just need to accept that and just keep moving forward and keep fighting, right? And also, before I end this podcast, and I don't wanna sound, I don't know, but what I've learned too before we end this podcast, man, is the last time, the last words. I think sometimes you go through shit, right? You have all these demons. But I realize, bro, sometimes you need those demons to realize things. Like I feel like I needed those demons for me to get here, to be the best, to be the 2.0. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it something needs to happen to you, like really not really bad. I don't want to say that, but like you need to go through shit. You need to go through stuff to learn, and it just helps you change, man. And when you see that change and you changing right before your eyes, you're like a butterfly, it feels good, man. It's hard, but it's just fucking life.
Yeah, I totally agree, man.
But yeah, I'm gonna end the podcast here. Practice gratitude. Therapy is good, and just positivity. And I want to thank my homie Emmanuel
Oh,
here again, and
yeah.
I appreciate you, man. I'm grateful that I met you in my life, and if you really think about it, bro, it will give you goosebumps right here. Uh, we're making history, man. Cause like, if I die, bro, you have this podcast with me and you, man.
Oh shit. Well, I hope you don't die soon. But
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? That's what I wanna do. Like,
yeah,
if I ever something happens to me, man, like I want to be just, like, oh man, that dude. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we're making history, bro. So yeah, we're gonna end it here. I appreciate Emmanuel. I appreciate Alondra for cutting off the for cutting off the phone call. No, I'm just joking. But yeah, thank you again, guys. Hope you guys learn something and pick up something. And sometimes you need to, step back and just be silent. Be silent through all the chaos. All right. Thank you again, bro. Appreciate you. And I know you need to go to sleep. And yeah, you want to say bye to the people?
Bye, people.
All right. Okay, guys. Bye.
Bye.